Now, though, we are heading over to our state house where millions of dollars in new state funding is now on hold. Lawmakers failed to approve a new budget before today's deadline, allowing the current spending plan to go ahead and then expire. With negotiations now at a standstill, the delay is now putting new spending across our state on pause. News 19's Josie Frost joining us now from the State House to explain what is next.
Lawmakers are locked in a stalemate over just a few items in the state budget. That means at the start of the fiscal year this year, there will not be a new spending plan in place, and the state will have to operate off a contingency plan to keep the government open. A committee of House and Senate members are working to come to a compromise on the budget. But in a meeting Tuesday, the last day before the fiscal year ends, they failed to reach an agreement. The committee decided to come back in 2 weeks once they have a full spreadsheet of all the differences between the two budgets.
There are disagreements in the margins of how we do that, and we're working through those, which I think we'll be able to do fairly, not easily, but fairly efficiently between now and the 14th.
When the budget expires without a new one in place, sometimes the government has to shut down, but that will not happen in this case. That's because lawmakers this session passed a continuing resolution. That's an agreement that if they do not pass a budget by July 1st, the previous budget will just be extended, keeping the government open and all state services running.
Agencies continue to function, government doesn't shut down, paychecks still get mailed out. It's not like in Washington, D.C.
But any one-time funding that agencies were supposed to get at the start of July is now delayed and could be in jeopardy. That includes pay raises for teachers and state employees and money to freeze in-state tuition. None of that funding will be released until the entire budget has been passed.
We're concerned that the delay is going to cause some chaos, but we're not so much that it's not something we think we can recover from.
There are a few sticking points in the budget that have lawmakers in this stalemate. One is the Senate's plan to spend $377 million to expand a property tax exemption for seniors. The House, meanwhile, is pushing for more money for earmarks. That's one-time funding for local projects and nonprofits. Right now, the House budget includes about $220 million more in earmarks than the Senate's.
The Senate thinks that the earmarks are too high. The Senate believes that there ought to be a substantial property tax cut. There's fundamental disagreements up front.
Once the committee finishes its work, both the House and Senate will have to come back to give the budget a final vote. A date for that has not been set yet. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Josie, thank you so much. The conference committee will meet again on July 14th.